You know, these bar lights are going to drive me nuts today.
I offered to
I know.
dim them.
Oh, gosh. This is Jill for today. And this
It's-
is our...
signature glass of cider.
Woo. Isn't that tasty?
Well, it tastes like fall.
It's fall.
It is fall.
It's fall. I'll tell you
The
what.
happiest time of the year.
It is, absolutely.
Unless you're somebody out there who hates sports. Because they're all going.
Everything's out there.
Basketball, football, baseball, hockey, soccer, you name it.
You got
Golf.
Is golf still going?
Oh, yeah, it's just starting.
Somebody give me some strength.
So how are you?
I'm good. I've got a list. Well, I'm just fine. I think the most exciting thing for me, well, except for fall, which of course, you know, this is my
Yeah.
time of year, is that my hair is getting, well, it's
starting to
getting
grow,
pretty long.
yeah.
Yeah, well, pretty long. I'm not Judi Dench yet,
No.
but we're getting there.
Or
And-
Jamie Lee Curtis.
or Jamie Lee Curtis in her other years, but it's getting a little long. It's maybe, would you say it's about an inch long now?
In spots.
In spots it's a little shorter,
Mm-hmm.
but it's about an inch. But it's got a life of its own, and you don't unless you've had this kind of thing happen in your life
Great.
where you've lost
Her
your
hair has a life and I don't. So,
It's going everywhere, and you don't realize that your hair really is trained.
yes.
You know, and now there's no way of even
Although
corralling
your
it.
hair is more feral than tame.
Oh, it's all over the place. So that will be kind of an exciting thing when I get to really get in there and kind of drain it. All right, enough of my hair. Of course, we're just so excited about autumn. I am at least. And the colors are changing, and it's cold-ish. What?
I'm excited about the news from the Food Network. They're finally getting rid of Bobby Flay. My prayers have been answered.
He hates Bobby Flay, so he was so excited to read that Bobby Flay and the Food Network could not come up with an agreement on how much money he was going to make.
Bobby wanted a salary to match his ego, and there isn't that much money in the world. So,
Okay,
all right. So
much for that.
now I've alienated all the sports people and the Food Network people.
Unsubscribe. Just a couple little things is that we have watched a couple of things that some of you may know. We checked in on Netflix again. No,
No.
not BritBox.
BritBox.
Now on Amazon, Goliath, which is a miniseries that started. Well, this was year 4, seasons 4 or 3.
Season final.
Season final, whichever one that is. Now, we're not going to do any, what do they call that?
Spoiler?
Spoiler, or what's the other one I always call it? Buzzkill. We're not going to do that. But we did watch it, and if you are a watcher of Goliath, it is now on Prime Video.
Right.
And we did watch it, so that's all we're going to say about it, right? The other one we're watching on BritBox, because BritBox for us is a great deal because we don't go to movies, we don't go anywhere. And it's $8 a month or whatever the heck
We're
it is.
growing moss on the side of our bodies.
We're watching this thing called The Last Detective. And it, again, is a series. And each episode is a different story. Different story.
4 seasons of that, too, I think.
And I think like 6 episodes.
4.
4?
Yeah, I think 4.
And we're on the last season now. And you know, it's very, it's
Very good.
It's very good.
If you ever saw the old
Yeah.
All Creatures Great and Small, the man who plays the last detective, the star of the show, is the fellow who played Siegfried Farnham's younger brother, Tristan.
Tristan.
Right. Anyway, and he does. I didn't think I'd like it because I didn't think I could see him in a different role, but I'm enjoying it a whole bunch.
So if you have BritBox, the Last Detective, check it out. It's of course it's a murder mystery kind of thing, but it's interesting and yeah. Okay, so we've been watching that. Have we seen anything else?
Another fascinating show is a reality show called 24 Hours, and it's about it's in an actual British police station in Luton, which is
I guess that.
Lutton, I think.
I think it's 1
And anyway, 24 hours is the time from the time they bring in a suspect to either charge or release them, and shows the interviewing process
It's
and
really interesting.
yeah, it's really fascinating.
So if you're into, and we
And
are,
there's season upon season upon season of that. So
and we're not reality kind of police people, you know, I mean, we're not into reality shows like that, you know, where they
no,
actually,
we live in Portland, Oregon. We have enough reality crime of our own.
okay, we're moving on from there. All right, yeah,
You started your 2 years of maintenance chemotherapy this week,
I did.
and it went well.
It went well, yeah. So it's every other week for 2 years.
And she also is going to be inoculated for everything she's
Yeah.
ever been inoculated for before over the next 2 years. She's got a flu shot scheduled, a third
Yes.
COVID shot, which will make her even with those of us who aren't immunocompromised. It'll get her even with those of us who've had 2 shots.
It's like the 3 shots are like equal in my body is like 2 shots. Isn't that right? I mean, it's
Yeah.
basically it.
And I had my COVID booster shot this week, so that pretty much catches everybody up on our medical situation.
It does. It does. Okay, so we're good there. My hair is growing. I need a pen, but I won't bother you to get a pen. Okay. I made a wicked apple crisp
Ooh.
this last week, and if you haven't checked out the recipe, it's right up there. A link to it. Awesome.
The apple
Awesome.
part was
Really good. Oh, wow.
tremendous.
Delicious.
However, the what do you,
The crisp.
the
The
crisp,
topping.
the topping, the crunchy part. Holy mackerel! If we could bottle that or put it in jars, we'd be millionaires.
I said to him last night as we were finishing up the last piece, I stowed it away in the freezer, but that didn't last long. And I said, you know, you could make up this crumble and then just keep
That's
it.
the word I was searching
The
for,
crumble.
crumble.
And put it on ice cream or put it on cereal or put it in your hand. And I mean, it's so good. It's so good.
Just give me a bag of it and a large spoon.
Of course,
That's the other thing about fall. It's apple season.
oh, it is apple season.
yeah.
Oh, my goodness. We've been eating the best apples.
Honey Crisp, wow.
The Fuji's are awfully good this year, too. And here we have everybody's got a bazillion varieties now
Yeah.
of apples to choose from.
And there's orchards all around us.
Yeah,
so it's
we get a
easy-
nice-
Easy accessible.
Yeah. Of course, there's a lot of pumpkin recipes coming up, which I know I tell you what, he is
Pumpkin is every other word out of her mouth. Pumpkin this, pumpkin that.
Yeah. We had a field trip a week ago. We went to the pumpkin patch. It's a big barn farm kind of thing, and it's big and open. And I asked my oncologist if I could go, and she said, yes, if you put an N95 on and you stay away from people. And we went, I called them because they always have these school trips where like they bring in busloads of kids. We've done that before. So I called out there, and she said October 1st is the first day that we'd allow the field trips. So we went in on the 30th of September. So there was nobody there. It was really
No.
nice. So I got a bunch of butternut squash. I got a delicata. I got an acorn squash, and then we got some Indian corn and some little pumpkins.
Some regular corn.
Oh, regular corn, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Would you believe they didn't have potatoes or apples? Really? Are you kidding me?
And what else didn't we get at the pumpkin patch?
Pumpkins.
Pumpkins.
It was pouring down rain.
It was pouring down rain, and they have their pumpkins outside, uncovered, and neither of us felt like getting absolutely drenched.
Oh, God, it was so
Get a
good.
pumpkin. So we'll pick one up at Costco or Fred Meyer.
Yeah. So anyway, we're going to do that and make some pumpkin recipes and some squash recipes. And I know he's not happy about it, but that's just the way it goes. Speaking of food, which is like speaking of it all the time. That's
Food.
all we talk
All right.
about. We had, again, another one of the Jill for Today creations. And if you're interested in seeing me make it, I probably would make it again because it was so darn good. I made a pasta, kind of a Greek, well, it was a Greek pasta.
Oh, yeah.
It was pasta, and of course you could use any shaped pasta you like. I used just spaghetti. And it was an olive oil kind of dressing, with, did I put garlic in it? I must have. I put garlic
You
in
put
everything.
garlic in everything. You put garlic in pumpkin pie.
I do. Anyway, it was a pasta dish, which I made a nice garlicky kind of olive oil dressing. Then I put cubes of feta cheese, not the crumbly one, but the cubes of feta cheese, Kalamata olives,
Capers.
capers. And that was kind of
nuts, some sort of nuts.
pine nuts. No, it was chopped walnuts. Chopped walnuts. And when you heat that up in the, you kind of do this thing in a fry pan to kind of warm it all together. That feta cheese kind of melts. It doesn't lose its shape, but it kind of melts. So honestly, it was good. I'm getting into my cooking groove now because the heat is over. That's what's happening. That's what's happening. So
And those great, it hasn't even gone out yet, but yesterday she made some,
what was
were
I
they?
made? Oh, the crescent. I forget. I made a batch of the pumpkin crescent rolls. And it's the crescent rolls that you open up and you put a neat little pumpkin thing in there with some brown sugar and pecans. And I did a video, and it'll be uploaded probably Monday. So that's really good too.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. I'm going to make a line noise.
She
by
keeps
turning
telling
my
me she's
page.
losing her edge
I do.
cooking-wise.
I am.
And yet she keeps making these absolutely phenomenal recipes.
Well, see, here's the problem, and I don't know whether you all experience this as well. After, I'm going to be 60 this year, which just, I can't take it. Anyway, I've gotten into my own flavor profile and the things that I cook. And I will go and make something new. I'll find a recipe and I'll make it and we'll say, oh, it's pretty good. But I always go back to my own flavor profile. And the biggest problem we have now is that we really are eating for two. I'm trying to cook more for two.
I've always eaten for two.
So that's another issue, is I'm trying to bring recipes down into a size.
You're eating for two?
Not me.
Is there something you haven't told me?
Anyway, I'm cooking for two, and it's that. So anyway, I always go back to my own flavor profile. So it's kind of a hard thing to work around, but I'm getting there. So this month here's where I'm going with this. I'm making a wonderful fall stew in the next couple of days, and I will video it. And it's got sausages and parsnips and potatoes and carrots and simmers on the stove. Delicious. I'm also making some savory pumpkin scones.
Ooh,
And he loves pumpkin scones.
Yes.
Instead of a sweet kind of thing, it's going to be a savory kind of thing. I've got some fresh herbs, and I'm going to dump those in there. And
Last year you made a pumpkin bread.
Oh,
it was so good. It's like a banana nut bread, only
yeah,
with pumpkin.
yeah, it's really good. Turkey shepherd pie.
Turkey shepherd pie.
And I will make it so when Thanksgiving comes and you have leftover turkey, you can think about bringing that recipe out.
Because anything with meat and mashed potatoes has to be
Can't
great.
be all bad. And the pumpkin bread, and I'm going to make up a batch of split pea soup, and I'm going to do another carrot dip, which has got some chipotle in it. You would think it's like a hummus, but it's based in carrot, and you use chips or whatever for it. And it's awfully good too. So I'll do a recipe about that. Have I rambled on enough?
No, I don't know.
Is there more rambling to be done? What's in your world?
Food.
Well, really, when in fall comes and I start the cooking thing and the baking thing again, it is food. This is our new thing.
It's not a new thing.
No,
it's
but
a
it's
very
new.
old
It's
thing.
new for
Okay.
us.
Yeah.
We're always,
We have to grab a little joy wherever you can get it. So
it's true that we are. It's not because we're hole up. I mean, that's one of the problems. But we've gotten to the age where we're so far behind we'll never catch up. It's like the computers and the cell phones and all those things. We have no idea what's going on in them, and we never will. I mean, we use them to the extent that we can, but there's so much in there that the younger people know about that we'll never know. And it's like, those kinds of things.
some of them we don't want to know.
Now, some of them we don't want to know. What was it? Oh, the other thing that drives me crazy, and some of you may do it, I can't imagine how. The ones that do this with their thumbs on the keyboard when they're texting, are you kidding me? I am a one-finger person. It's true.
I've tried the two thumbs. They don't work that well.
I can't. I've tried. My fingers, I don't know how they do it.
I was in a store one time and there was a mother with a small child in a stroller. And this little kid, I don't know, 2, 3 at most, he had this little computer box about this big, and he was just going like crazy with both thumbs. I don't know what he was doing, but he was further advanced than I am, obviously.
I don't know how they do it. Okay. Are we done here?
I think so.
All right.
I think so.
I hope you.
Most of the, some of the people out there will be waking up soon and find out that we finished. So,
Are they done yet? God, they just keep going on and on. Oh, well.
check in on the Azerbaijanis on YouTube.
Oh, I'll tell you what. The Azerbaijanis are the most interesting people. I will give you a link down there in the description box. It is a couple of people, a husband and a wife. They're actually, when you go on YouTube and you look up Azerbaijani, there's a number of families there's people who are videotaping their lives. And we've connected with like one of these families, or it's a husband and wife team. Incredible. Fascinating. So I'll give you the link down below, because it's really quite a video series that they do. Okay, that's it. We're done here.
That's it.
I almost punched myself in the chin.
Have a great fall.
Well, you're going to see him next week.
I am.
Enjoy your fall days. We are so happy you're here visiting with us. Thank you so much. We hope you have a great week, and we will see you next Friday. Thanks a lot for watching. Oh,
And
what?
Shout out to Bob and Diane. Hope your Braves do well.
Hey, Braves.
But I hope they lose to the Giants
Giants.
in the finals.
Take care, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.